Every single year, the world produces more than 100 million carats of diamonds, a market worth over $90 billion. But today, some of the fastest growing diamonds on Earth aren't being mined from the ground at all. They're being manufactured inside industrial laboratories, using machines capable of generating pressures above 1.5 million psi and temperatures hotter than lava, over 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. In these extreme conditions, carbon atoms are forced together until they transform into one of the hardest materials known to humanity, a diamond. And unlike natural diamonds, which take billions of years to form deep beneath Earth's surface, these industrial diamonds can be grown in just a few weeks. In fact, the lab-grown diamond industry alone is projected to reach nearly $50 billion by 2030. But how do scientists recreate the conditions of Earth's mantle inside a machine? How do you manufacture a perfect crystal, atom by atom? And why are even experts sometimes unable to tell the difference? This is the hidden industrial process behind modern diamond production. For thousands of years, diamonds have been treated as symbols of power, wealth, luxury, and rarity. Entire kingdoms once fought over them. Some diamonds have sold for tens of millions of dollars, all for a crystal made from a single element, carbon. But what makes diamonds truly valuable isn't just their beauty, it's their structure. Every carbon atom inside a diamond is locked together in an incredibly strong atomic pattern, making diamonds the hardest natural material on Earth. Hard enough to cut steel, hard enough to slice through rock, and resistant enough to survive extreme heat and pressure, which is why diamonds aren't only used in jewelry. Today, they're used in industrial drilling, precision cutting, electronics, medical tools, even space technology. And despite being associated with luxury, most diamonds produced today are actually used by industry, not jewelry stores. But for most of human history, there was one major problem. Diamonds were incredibly difficult to find because nature only creates them under some of the most extreme conditions on Earth. Around 150 kilometers beneath Earth's surface, deep inside the mantle, temperatures rise above 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Pressure exceeds 700,000 pounds per square inch. Conditions so extreme, carbon atoms begin transforming into one of the hardest materials on Earth, a diamond. But this process doesn't happen quickly. Nature can take billions of years to grow a single crystal. And even after forming, most diamonds remain trapped deep underground until violent volcanic eruptions launch them toward the surface through massive geological channels called kimberlite pipes. Today, these ancient volcanic structures are where most natural diamonds are discovered. But finding them is incredibly difficult, because after removing tons of rock, miners may recover only a tiny amount of diamonds, and only a fraction of those are valuable enough for jewelry, which helped create one of the largest mining industries on Earth.
Some diamond mines are so massive, they can be seen from space. Millions of tons of earth are excavated every year to recover tiny crystals hidden inside rock. The operation requires enormous infrastructure, explosives, heavy drilling equipment, industrial crushers, massive transport trucks, and entire mining facilities built in some of the harshest environments on Earth. Yet despite the scale, most mined material contains no diamonds at all, and many recovered diamonds are too small or flawed to be used in jewelry.
But the biggest controversy goes beyond cost.
Diamond mining has faced criticism for deforestation, water pollution, habitat destruction, and in some regions, the trade of so-called blood diamonds linked diamonds to conflict and violence. So as global demand continued growing, scientists began pursuing a radical idea. What if diamonds could be manufactured instead of mined?
For decades, creating artificial diamonds was considered impossible because scientists understood the challenge. A real diamond requires more than carbon. It requires extreme heat, extreme pressure, and atomic conditions found deep inside Earth's mantle. Conditions nature creates over billions of years. But during the 1940s and 50s, a global scientific race quietly began. Researchers started experimenting with ways to force carbon atoms into diamond crystal structures. Many experiments failed. Pressure chambers cracked apart, machines collapsed under the stress. But eventually, scientists discovered something revolutionary. If enough heat and pressure could be generated artificially, carbon could transform into diamond inside a machine. And in 1954, scientists at General Electric successfully produced one of the first laboratory-grown diamonds. It was small, rough, and unsuitable for jewelry, but it proved something extraordinary. For the first time in human history, diamonds no longer had to come from the earth. They could be manufactured. And over the decades that followed, that breakthrough evolved into massive industrial systems, capable of growing diamonds with astonishing precision. To recreate natural diamonds, scientists developed the HPHT process. High pressure, high temperature. A tiny diamond seed is placed inside a growth chamber, surrounded by pure carbon. Then the chamber is exposed to over 1.5 million psi and temperatures above 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. Conditions similar to Earth's mantle. Under this extreme heat and pressure, carbon atoms begin attaching themselves to the diamond seed, slowly growing a larger crystal, just like nature does underground. Except instead of taking billions of years, the process now takes only weeks. The final result is a rough lab-grown diamond, chemically identical to a natural one. And as the technology improved, scientists learned how to control purity, clarity, and even color. But while HPHT relied on enormous pressure, another method soon appeared that looked more like science fiction. Inside a sealed vacuum chamber, a thin diamond seed is placed onto a platform. The chamber is then filled with carbon-rich gases like methane. Next, powerful microwaves create a glowing plasma cloud, heating the chamber beyond 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit. The gases begin breaking apart, releasing pure carbon atoms. And those atoms slowly build onto the seed below, layer by layer, almost like 3D printing a diamond. Because the process is highly controlled. CVD diamonds can contain fewer impurities than many natural diamonds. Some are even used in advanced electronics, high-powered lasers, and quantum computing research. But despite being grown in laboratories, these are still real diamonds, same atomic structure, same hardness, same brilliance, which makes telling them apart extremely difficult. Fresh out of the growth chamber, a diamond looks rough and cloudy. Its brilliance only appears after cutting and polishing. First, advanced scanners map the crystal, searching for flaws and stress points. Computers then calculate the best possible cut to maximize sparkle and value. Next, high-powered lasers slice the diamond with microscopic precision, and after cutting, the polishing begins. The diamond is pressed against rapidly spinning wheels, coated with diamond dust, slowly refining every surface until the stone develops its famous sparkle, its fire, its brilliance. But before entering the market, the diamond must pass one final stage: certification.
To the naked eye, lab-grown and natural diamonds can look identical. Same sparkle, same hardness, same chemical composition. Which is why certification laboratories are essential. Organizations like the Gemological Institute of America and IGI analyze diamonds using microscopes, spectrometers, and ultraviolet imaging systems. Each diamond is then graded using the famous 4 C's: cut, color, clarity, and carat weight. Some also receive microscopic laser inscriptions, invisible without magnification, acting almost like a serial number. And once certified, the diamond officially enters the global market.
For decades, natural diamonds were valued for their rarity, formed deep beneath Earth's crust over billions of years. But lab-grown diamonds changed the industry completely. Because scientifically, they are nearly identical. Same carbon structure, same brilliance, same durability. Even experts often need specialized equipment to tell them apart. Yet lab-grown diamonds are usually 30 to 40% cheaper than mined diamonds of similar quality. Supporters see them as more ethical, more sustainable, and more affordable. While critics argue natural diamonds still carry something unique: geological history, natural rarity, a connection to the Earth itself. And today, both industries continue competing for the future of the diamond market.
Most diamonds produced today are never used in jewelry. Instead, they're used by industry. Because diamonds are more than luxury gemstones, they are one of the hardest materials on Earth, which is why diamond tools are used in mining, construction, oil drilling, and precision manufacturing. But diamonds are becoming valuable for another reason too: heat. Diamonds transfer heat extremely efficiently, making them useful in advanced electronics, high-powered lasers, and experimental quantum computers. Some artificial diamonds are even used in surgical tools, where extreme precision is critical. And as technology advances, diamonds are evolving from luxury products into industrial materials of the future. Which raises a bigger question. If diamonds can now be manufactured on demand, what happens next?
For most of history, diamonds were limited by nature. Humans could only search for them, mine them, and trade them. But now, diamonds can be engineered inside laboratories, and the technology is advancing rapidly. Scientists are already developing custom-built diamonds, designed for electronics, energy systems, quantum computing, and even space technology. Some researchers believe diamond-based semiconductors could eventually outperform silicon, allowing future electronics to become faster, smaller, and far more heat-resistant. At the same time, lab-grown diamonds are becoming cheaper, more available, and increasingly difficult to distinguish from natural stones, especially for younger buyers. And as manufacturing expands, the traditional diamond industry faces a growing challenge because rarity becomes difficult to maintain when diamonds can be grown inside factories. Yet, despite all the technology, humanity remains fascinated by the same idea: turning carbon into something extraordinary. Deep beneath the earth, nature spent billions of years creating diamonds, using extreme heat, unimaginable pressure, and time. But in just a few decades, humanity learned how to recreate that process inside industrial machines, inside laboratories, inside glowing chambers, where carbon atoms are transformed into one of the hardest materials ever discovered. What was once a rare geological phenomenon can now be manufactured in weeks, engineered with atomic precision, and grown almost entirely by technology. Yet, despite all the science, diamonds still symbolize the same thing: strength created through pressure. And maybe that's why humanity continues chasing them. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more hidden technologies, make sure to subscribe to CoreVision. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to leave a like. It helps us create more videos like this. And let us know in the comments, what did you think about this video? And what topic would you like us to explore next? See you in the next one.